everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you how I make my pouring medium for doing the Shelley Bloom effect. Shelley has an online course that she teaches for her recipe, but there's a lot of people all over YouTube that I guess they've taken her class and it just kind of went viral and crazy. And so everybody's sharing their recipe that they got, or at least a version of it, because a lot of the ingredients are from Australia, and so they're not the exact ingredients. And so I've done a lot of homework on this, and I have watched tons and tons of videos to and gather up all different recipes from a lot of different YouTubers. And for instance, I follow and got some recipes from Erica Hughes. These are all artists, YouTube artists. Erica Hughes, Tammy Anderson, Canela Sirocco, FX Acrylics, Karen from WaterFall Acrylics, and Julie Cutts from Pouring Your Heart Out. And so what I have found that works best for me is a recipe I got that is, well, actually there's another artist I forgot. Her name is Jenn, and I believe that's where I got my favorite recipe from, was from Jenn, or she also goes by Jenny Post. So right now I'm going to be doing the pouring medium, and then after that I will be doing the cell activator. So the paint that I was using, the house paint that I was using for the pouring medium, was Glidden Premium Interior Paint and Primer, Semi-Gloss Base 3. But that, I believe, is only sold at my Las Vegas Home Depot store. And since this coronavirus is going on and many stores are closed, I just quickly ran to my nearest hardware store, which was Lowe's, and they don't sell the Glidden, so I ended up getting this Sherwin Williams high gloss interior exterior paint. It says it's deep base, so that's what was really important, is the deep base, because I bought this once before and I didn't get deep base and it didn't really work out too well. So this is what Karen from WaterFall Acrylics uses, and she uses pretty much only this, and she does beautiful work. So I am giving this a try again, but with the deep base. Okay, so for pouring medium, all it really is 3 parts of this high gloss house paint to 1 part of Polycrylic. This is by Minwax, and it says it's water-based and clear gloss. So 3 parts paint to 1 part polycrylic. So here we go. I already opened it up and I stirred it around as best I could. I didn't get it pre-shook from the store, because that just creates way too many air bubbles. So I just got my stirring stick and I gave it a pretty good stir. So I got my measuring cup. It's 1 cup, and I am using this milkshake shaker, which what I like about it is it also comes with this little neat ball in there, so it really helps me get a good shake before I use it each time. Okay, so I will put in, move this out of the way. One. 2. Oh no. 3. You know what? This isn't going to work. think by the time I add my 1 cup of polycrylic, there's no room to shake. I already made a batch too. This is for somebody who wants to come and pick up a batch that I made. And I told her she could come over and we would make this together and do some painting together. But because of this coronavirus and we are stuck in our houses alone, I decided just to go ahead and make it for her and make this video especially for her. So this had enough room for, this is a 32 ounce. And I put 3 cups of house paint in here with 1 part of the polyacrylic, and there was still plenty of room to give it a good shake. But obviously this is not a 32 ounce thing. So I'm going to put it back, and I'm going to use, where did it go? This. What is this one? This is a 1/3 measuring cup. Let me see what else I have in here. I guess I have just this 1/3 and a 1/4 cup upstairs in my craft room. So this is gonna have to do. So back to my 3 parts. So now that I'm using a, what did I say it was, a 1/3? I will still do the 3 parts to 1 part. So there's 1. How funny. When I dumped everything in there, I also dumped my little ball. Okay. Oh, 2 parts. I'm glad I put an apron on because I just already splashed paint all over me. 2 parts. I am so messy. And 3 parts. Okay, I got my 3 parts house paint. I'm not scraping and doing all that for preciseness. It's not necessary. And now I will use my polycrylic. My gosh, I am making a terrible, terrible mess. I'm usually not this messy, but since I'm trying to do everything on camera in a trying to keep everything close for you guys, I'm not having very much success in tidiness. Okay, now I will add my 1 part polycrylic. There we go. Much better. And pouring medium is done. That simple. 2 ingredients. And I should clean off the edge a little bit because when I need to take the lid off again, the lid gets stuck, but all you need to do is run it under hot tap water and the lid will come right off. So there you have it. There's the pouring medium. Let me put all the lids on. I'm probably going to edit you, and I'm going to turn you off so you won't be seeing any of this. Hi everyone, I'm back. This time I'm going to make my cell activator. And we don't need much of that because after we put our 3 puddles of paint down on our project, tile, canvas, whatever you want to do and use it for, you put your 3 or 4 different colors on, and then you put like maybe a 1/2 teaspoon of cell activator on top of that, and then you start blowing. So you don't need very much of that at all. But I just made a batch, and I'm going to make some more, and I'm going to make it in this little container so I can give it a really good stir, and then I'm going to add it into these 2-ounce bottles. Okay, so the cell activator that I use is 2 tablespoons of Floetrol. So here is the Flood Floetrol. You can get it at Home Depot, Lowe's, and it's probably about $15 for a gallon. They always seem to be out of it because I think there's several of us crafters here that I got addicted, and we always go to the store and buy it all up. I bought the last of these two of these quart bottles, and so yeah, they need to start stocking more. Okay, so I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of Floetrol, so I'm going to double it. So I'm going to put in 4 tablespoons of Floetrol. I have this nylon on top of it because it has a lot of clumps and lumps to it, and you don't want that in your projects. So before you take the lid off, give it a really good stir. Put your nylon on, put a sock around it, and it's a nice sieve so that you don't have all the clumps and lumps into your project. So since I'm doubling the recipe, instead of 2 tablespoons, I'm going to be adding 4 tablespoons. 3 and 4. Okay, 4 tablespoons of Flood Floetrol. Next, it says to add 1 tablespoon of Amsterdam titanium white. It is pretty much kind of important to make sure it's Amsterdam. That's what all the YouTubers say and do, so I do. However, my stores, Hobby Lobby and Michael's, don't sell Amsterdam, so I had to go online and buy this from Amazon. It was not prime, so it took more than a day to get here, probably a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. So I treasure this. I don't use it for any of my paintings, only my cell activator. They also say you can use golden, and I did buy golden, but I think I bought the wrong kind of golden because this is so very fluid and liquidy compared to this thick Amsterdam. So then what I did is I bought this brand, which I thought, well, it's expensive, it must be good, is Galleria by Winsor Newton, titanium white. So I thought, well, as long as it's expensive and it says titanium white, then I can use it. So I have been using quite a bit of it, and it seems to work just fine. But if I have Amsterdam on hand, I will use Amsterdam. Okay, so now I need to add 1 tablespoon of Amsterdam, and since I'm doubling the recipe, I will add 2. Hopefully I have enough. Maybe not. Okay, there's 1 tablespoon. And since I know I am running out, I will get my handy dandy, I think this was actually invented from a dentist because they wanted to get all the toothpaste out of the tube. And so when I got this years ago, I used it for my making craft cards and scrapbooking so I can get a corrugated effect. But now I'm using it constantly for my paints. So let's measure this and see if I can get 1 more tablespoon out of here. Yes, I can. There, oops. Good thing I got an apron on because I make messes. Well, I'm going to add all of it because this little tiny bit left is not going to work for me in anything else. This does not need to be an exact recipe measurements. There's only this recipe because trying to teach other people how to do it, so we started measuring for people. But since I did add a little bit more of paint, I am going to add a teeny tiny bit more of my Flood Floetrol. That's probably good. Okay. So then the next ingredient is 5 drops of Liquitex Acrylic Ink. Not really sure what this does, what it's really for. I think all of the different YouTube artists don't use this, but since I've been following the recipe by Jenny Post / Jenn, she uses it, so I bought it, and since I have it, I just use it. I haven't tried it recipe without using it, so I really don't know what the difference is. 5 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm doubling the recipe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I got my Liquitex Acrylic Ink in. Now it says to add a half a teaspoon of Minwax Pre-stain wood conditioner, and since it says a half a teaspoon, I will be adding in 1 teaspoon since I am doubling this. Here's my 1 teaspoon. There we go. Very stinky stuff. I should be opening up my windows and doors to get some ventilation in here. And then we add in 1 tablespoon of Elmer's glue. Well, I say Elmer's glue. A lot of the YouTubers, they use Elmer's glue all, -ALL, glue all. I have never used glue all because it's a lot more money than regular school glue, so I just stick to this puppy. I get it at Walmart. It's $10.88 a gallon. If you happen to get it at Walmart or Hobby Lobby, you're not allowed to use a coupon because it has a little yellow sticker on there that says something like everyday sale price, special price, or something like that. So you're not allowed to use a coupon. So it's more money on those stores. So just go to Walmart. You can get it for $10.88. Okay, it says 1 tablespoon. I will be using 2 tablespoons. 1, 2. Okay, yeah, you see it going over the edge. Like I said, you don't need to be exact. Okay, that's how you make your cell activator. Give it a good stir. Put the lid on. Give it a shake. Keep it in your bigger container if you like. When you do use it on your paintings, you're only going to use like a half of a teaspoon. This might be kind of more hard to just pour, so I suggest that you put it in a smaller bottle so you can just squeeze it out. Probably even a 2-ounce little bottle that has a lid on it so you can, easily just pour out exactly what you need. But currently all of my bottles are filled with paint, so I got these bottles, the travel size. I believe it's a 3-ounce bottle, and so I will pour it in that. Okay, a really good shake because I'm putting it in 2 different bottles, and I would normally use a funnel, but I will try to be really, really careful and just, yay, no mess, no mess. Okay, there is 3 ounces, and then my leftover will go in this bottle that I currently made before, and it wasn't quite topped off, so I will go ahead and finish and top it off. I really topped it off. Darn it. I did not want to make a mess. Pour some out. Okay. There you have it. Cell activator done. I will now work on a painting and show you how that is made. I'm going to do a spinning that everybody is doing on YouTube right now. I'm going to put it on a cake thingy, or actually my thingy is a I believe it's a spice rack. A spice, where did it go? It's a spice turntable thingy. And I will give it a good spin. So that will be next. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.